Welcome to tutorialsinhand.com. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Java program to check even or odd. So let's proceed to Eclipse. Now any number is called even number if on dividing it by 2 leaves a remainder 0. If the remainder is not 0, then the number is odd number. So it's pretty simple. So to check even and odd, we need to check the remainder, right? So to check the remainder, we are already aware from the previous video tutorials when we worked on modulus operator. So we know that we use modulus operator to check the remainder whenever a division is happening between two numbers. So we will be using the modulus operator over here as well. If you want to understand how if works, you can visit the previous video tutorial again. The link will be provided in the description section. We have explained how if condition works. So let's proceed to understand now how to write this program. So we have to check the condition, right? So within if, we have to give a condition like the number that you want to check if it is even or odd. So you can take scanner to accept user input from console, or we can also use hard-coded values. For now I will be using the hard-coded values because I want to save some time. You can use scanner to take this user input from the console. For now let's stick to this hard-coded value. So we have got this number num, and we want to check whether this is odd or even. So we have to check if this number when divided by 2 leaves a remainder 0 or not. So if it leaves remainder 0, then obviously it should be even number, and if it does not leave remainder 0, then it is going to be odd number. So what we can do is we can write num mod is represented by this percentage sign, num mod 2. That means we are dividing this number num, that is 10 by 2. We will be dividing this 10 by 2, and then this operation will return the remainder that is left, that is 10 divided by 2 will leave remainder 0, because 2 multiplied by 5 times will be 10 and we do not have any remainder. So the remainder in this case is 0. So what we can do is we have to compare it with 0. That means if num mod 2 is equals to 0, that means if number divided by 2 results in 0, that means it will be even number. So within the bracket you can print the number as even. Write syso control tab and you will get system.out.println, and then give a proper message like even number. More appropriate would be like writing num plus is even number. Now this is more appropriate. So one thing that we have learned over here is that if the number on dividing by 2 leaves remainder 0, it is even number, otherwise it is obviously going to be odd number, right? So what we can do is we can simply use if else ladder, and then within bracket we can print the number is odd, like syso control tab, again press enter, and now write num plus is odd number. So this is obviously going to happen. If it is not even, then it is definitely going to be odd number, right? So we have got our program. Let's execute it. So our output is 10 is even number. So 10 obviously is even number, because when we will divide 10 by 2, the remainder will be 0, and 0 is equals to 0 when compared will return the value true. And this if within if, after this is getting executed, loop gets executed and the statements written within this if gets printed on the console. So that is what we are seeing on the screen. So this is how it works, because it resulted in true, so this is getting printed. If it resulted in false, if this resulted in false, that means if it was not 0, if num mod 2 was not 0, then the result would have been something else, like it would have been false, and if it was false, then this will not get executed, rather the else would have been executed and the num is odd would have been printed. For example, you can check it, write 11, and then if you execute it now, you will see 11 is odd number, because in this case what happens is when you are dividing 11 by 2, it will leave remainder 1, right? Because 2 times 5 is 10 and 1 will be left as a remainder, and 1 is equals to 0 will result in false, and if it is false then this is definitely never going to get executed and else will get executed. So this is how if works internally, but in Eclipse we are saying that num mod 2 is equals to 0. So this is the logic that checks whether a number is even or odd, right? Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for being with us till the end of the video. Please like and subscribe our channel to help us motivate.